The mustache is the key. If you can't grow the mustache, then don't even bother.
Yeah, I could never be a police officer because you got to have a good mustache, and that's a prereq.
Yeah,
so, yeah. That's the only reason. That's the only thing.
That is the only reason that kept you from going to the academy.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Well, good to know that. Let's learn a little bit more about you by doing a pop quiz. So, space is a thing.
True.
And from what I understand, the final frontier.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a very special guest to help me with today's quiz. It is Byrne. He's been on the show a couple of times. He's a space reporter at 90.7 WMFE.
Very familiar, yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
Byrne. Good. And he's host of a really great podcast about space exploration called Are We There Yet? So he's here live via a recording.
Wow.
Which is how we do it, to bring some much needed expertise and professionalism to the show. So we're going to hear from Brendan right now. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
This is a pop quiz.
So excited.
This is serious stuff.
Hey, howdy, folks. Thanks for the invite, Nick. This is really fun and surprisingly not the first time I've done space trivia. So I feel like there is a future in space trivia hosting. So if anybody needs me for parties or bar mitzvahs, get my contact from Nick. Okay, anyways, this week marks the 17th anniversary of STS-100. The space shuttle Endeavour launched on April 21st, 2001 and returned to Earth on May 1st. It was a successful mission with a lot of notable achievements, including the installation of a multi-purpose arm on the space station. Manufactured in Canada, what was the name of the arm? Is it A, Canadarm2, B, Handy Manny, or C, our future robot overlord?
So what do you think about that?
Three
Ryan?
Very viable options.
Really good answers.
Yeah,
good answers.
Handy Manny.
Brendan, by the way, has a great voice for radio.
Doesn't he? I mean, yeah, I was going to say that's impressive. Unlike myself, I think. Oh God.
Do you want to read them again?
Ooh, our future robot overlord. I'm going to go with A.
The Canadarm2?
Canadarm2. I feel like they're very vain and they would probably name it after themselves. I feel like Handy Manny is an American thing. I feel like they would try and separate themselves from that. And then the future robot overlord is
too spot on. Too on the nose.
Yeah, it's a little too on the nose. So yeah, I'm going to go with A because Canada's so vain.
All right, let's see. Canada's so vain.
Love Canada though.
The Canadarm2. It's the successor to the Space Shuttle Bay arm and much more advanced. It can actually move end over end like an inchworm to anywhere on the station. It has smaller robots that attach to it, allowing it to carry objects around to do much more delicate work.
Very nice.
Oh,
wow. You got that one right. You're 1 for 1.
So smart.
All right. Are you ready for the next one?
And modest. Yeah. Let's do it.
Hey, Brendan. Can you ask the next one? Brendan?
All right. Moving on. NASA kept track of a lot of data for each shuttle mission, including flight distance. For STS-100, how many million miles did the Endeavour log?
How many million miles? So basically, it's traveling around the Earth every 90 minutes. It sees it sees a sunset and a sunrise every 45 minutes. And so it's going pretty fast, pretty far, hooked up to the International Space Station, still went millions of miles. About how many million miles do you think it went?
Well, last year alone in business miles, I think I racked up about 8 million miles.
Okay.
So yeah, I know that you can definitely rack up miles pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the circumference of the Earth is about 24,000 miles. I
Sure.
could be off by a couple million there. I don't know. I'm going to say, this is a tough one. How long was it up there for?
It was about it was the 21st through the 1st.
Okay.
So 11 days?
11 days.
Yeah. I like all the math you're pretending to do.
Carry the one.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to say...
This is very exciting.
13... I'm going to say 7 million miles.
7 million. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Hey, Brendan, is he right?
The Endeavour put 4.9 million miles on its odometer this mission, give or take the 8,000 feet it needed to land at Edwards Air Force Base.
So that was good. That was really close.
So I was right.
Yeah. You were essentially right.
Perfect.
I mean, there obviously is a plus or minus 2 million on an answer for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're rounding numbers, that was close.
Yeah. Okay. So, Brendan, are you ready for the next question? Brendan?
So a tradition on space flights dating back to the first manned mission is the wake-up call. This is a song and sometimes a recorded message sent to wake up the crew for each day shift. So popular songs include David Bowie's Space Oddity and Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World. Recorded messages are sometimes from family and often celebrities like William Shatner and Robin Williams. For STS-100, wake-up songs were chosen for the crew included Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins and Take It From Day to Day by Canadian Stan Rogers. That one was in honor of Chris Hadfield's spacewalk, which was the first ever by a Canadian astronaut. So here's a question for you both. What song would you want to hear as a wake-up call to get you going in the morning? And if you could have any person record a message to go along with it, who would it be?
Oh, this is a very subjective one.
Wow,
so
yeah.
You're in space. You need a song to get you going in the morning, and you can have a message from anybody recorded and sent out to you. Who would it be from?
Gosh.
Well, start with a song.
Song.
Mine would be Queen. I think it would have to be probably
Fat Bottom Girls.
Fat Bottom Girls. That would get me awake in the morning in space, I think would
Absolutely.
be really good. But yeah, Queen's my favorite band, so I'd want to hear something from them. And then message-wise...
What song by Queen? I didn't...
Let's see. Yeah, I can't think of any right now, but what's the one with David Bowie?
Under Pressure.
Yeah, that one. How about that?
That's a beautiful song. I was just singing it the other day. I love that song, yeah.
So I think if I'm in space, that's an appropriate song for anybody to play for me.
That is a great choice.
And then I would want a message from Beyonce.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Bay. Okay.
Yeah. She has actually recorded some before.
Oh, has she?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, without getting, well, I'll go with my recorded message, without getting political advice. I'd like former President Barack Obama to give me, if I
little pep talk.
Sure. Yeah. Send me some message. I think he's cool. And then as far as the song goes, gosh, this is what's a song? Wow. Well, I could stall for the remainder of our time here trying to think of a song.
Well, let's see. Why don't we see what Brendan has?
Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, Brendan. Brendan.
I think I'd have to choose anything by Bruce Springsteen. I've recently rediscovered my love for the boss. And I'd love for him to record a message, or even Max Weinberg. That'd be pretty cool.
Max Weinberg or Bruce Springsteen. Yeah.
Amazing
the boss.
drummer. Yeah.
All right. So you ready for the last question?
Let's do it.
Brendan? Brendan?
So last question. The space shuttles carried Italian-made modules up to the space station to transfer equipment, supplies, and experiments back and forth. Each one was named after a famous Italian artist and, coincidentally, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. STS-100 carried the Raffaello to the station, but there were only 2 other modules, meaning one of the Ninja Turtles didn't have a module named after him. Who was it?
One Ninja Turtle didn't have a module named. So this was the module they took up. They connected it so they could move stuff in and out.
Right.
It was very cool. But there were 3 of them total, all 3 named after Ninja Turtles. But as we know from our history books,
of course,
there are 4 Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, every history book. Yeah, well, okay, let's lay down. So Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo were our artists that became more famously known as Ninja Turtles. I'm going to go with...
way more famous.
I mean... Who really knows them as artists anymore? Let's say that no, you got to have a Da Vinci. Michelangelo. I think.
Hey, let's ask Brendan if you're correct.
Let's see.
Michelangelo was the odd turtle out. No space pizza for him. Donatello was the tech geek of the Ninja Turtles, so they named the most advanced module after him. But ironically, it never made it to orbit, and they eventually used parts from the module to convert Leonardo to a permanent module on the station. Well, that's it for me. Thanks so much, Nick, and see you on the radio.
That was Brendan Byrne, everyone. Very nice. You got the last one right. I think you got all of them right.
I would say in my mind, that's how I'll remember it. Absolutely.
So, and always, as always, you can catch Brendan just about every day on 90.7 WMFE. He also produces Intersection, which can be heard on Tuesday and Friday at 9 a.m. or at WMFE.org. And you should subscribe to his podcast. I subscribe. Do you subscribe?
I don't. However, I don't subscribe to any podcasts. I'm pretty terrible about that.
Great. Well, that's exactly what you should tell the host of a podcast.
After this experience, I think you may have changed my ways. I appreciate your opening my eyes to this.
Wonderful. Ryan Forrestal, you've been an amazing guest. I'm going to set you free to go back out into the world.